Okay guys, welcome back to part 3 on how to change and design your WordPress blogging website. As I left off, we were in the Flexibility3 theme options, where this is changing all your custom settings to your website. Okay, next section we will go to is the editor section. Now generally this little section I don't mess with or even go to. As you can see, this is the HTML coding and for each little section of your WordPress website. If you know HTML coding, that's good, and you can just go into each little section and change up the coding. But generally, word to the wise, I wouldn't even go to this section and even mess with it unless you know what you're doing exactly with the HTML coding into your WordPress website, blogging website. So I would just skip that little section, and now we're going to move on to the plugins. Now plugins are little great little tools to help use into your blogging website. Now each little plugin you will activate, and it does give a description of what the plugin does to your WordPress website. So if you don't know exactly what it does, you can always visit the plugin, their plugin website, and it will tell you what the plugin does. Now, with these plugins, I will show you how to get one uploaded and activated into your WordPress blogging website. So, I will now show you the plugins that you need to install into your WordPress website that I recommend that you put onto your WordPress blogging website. And this is the list of plugins that you need to upload and activate into your WordPress website, because these tools will help generate traffic and all this other, leave comment, Facebook comments, Twitter comments, just these little tools that will help you out with getting your WordPress website recognized out there on the Google search engines. So these are all the tools that you need to upload and activate under the plugin section underneath the plugin section onto your back office in your WordPress website. So if you need to get this list of plugins, of course you can pause the video, or you can come back to this section, part 3 of MakeMoneyBloggingPros.com video, and just come back here and go through the list and upload and activate all these plugins into your WordPress website. So I'm going to escape out of here, go back in here into what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to activate one of these plugins that I had just listed and gave you that you need to download. So what we will do is now WordPress does give you a few plugins that you can, as you can see right here, a few options for plugins that you can, that they have already given you. But we will I will show you how to activate this one right here, Askiment, and it gives a description of what it does. And this one I do use on other blogging websites that I've put together. So what we will do now is we're going to activate this plugin so it will start working on your website. So what we will do is we'll come here and we will click the activate button. And this is pretty simple and easy. Once you click the activate button, it will show you up here at the top that this plugin has been activated and it is working on your WordPress website now. Each plugin on here does give a description of what it does. If this description isn't what you fully think that you need to know about this plugin, you can always go to the plugin website and it will tell you what exactly the plugin exactly does. Now, if you need to change any of the settings on this plugin, you can click here and it will change. You can go in and change the settings if you need to change some of the settings, or if you need to edit. Now, let's say you're using a plugin and you decide that you don't want to use the plugin anymore. You can always delete it, and what you'll do is just click the delete button, and what that will do is it will automatically delete the plugin and won't be working onto your WordPress website anymore. Now, you can activate and deactivate all these plugins anytime that you want, so you can generally go back into this tab right here where the plugins are, and you can change the settings, deactivate them, or activate them again. In this section right here, this is where you will add your new plugins. Of course, plugins are always changing with technology that is changing. You can go out onto Google and type in plugins on the search engine, and you can type in plugins for Flexibility3 or whatever theme that you are using, and search for new plugins that have been newly made, or plugins that you can't find specifically, and that will that'll help you with getting new plugins into your WordPress website if you like them. Okay, so the next section we will go to is the user section. And this is where all the uses are for your WordPress website. Now, currently right now, this is the user that is using this website and making all the changes to the WordPress website. Of course, if you want to add a remote user, let's say you have an assistant and you have that assistant coming into your back office of WordPress and you need to make any changes to your WordPress website, this is where you will add them into your WordPress back office so that they can come in here and log in and change any settings that you need to. So what you'll do is just click on this toggle button right here. What you'll do is just add them as their name. Okay, so what you'll do is if you need to add somebody, you can change them to be an editor, an author, which is if you have another person coming in and typing up blog posts for you, you can add them as an author, contributor, and subscriber. Now, some of these I don't know exactly what they do, but you can Google this section, and there are tutorial videos out there on which each one of these sections are. So if you ever need to add anybody to your WordPress website to get into your back office to do any of your changes, or add some new blog posts, this is where you're going to go in and add that other person or persons into your WordPress website. Okay, next section we will go to is the tools section. These last few tabs on here on the left side I don't even mess with, so I don't know exactly what these do, but you can read over them, and it does briefly explain what the section does. And then the settings section, I generally don't mess with this section because everything is already set according to, so general just shows your general, what your website domain is, and as you can see, that's basically it, and your email address that you're using for your WordPress website blogging site. So these right here, these little sections, I generally don't mess with, but you can go over them and look into them and see which each one does, and you can make any of the changes that you do need to change. So with that being said, let's go back to the appearance section tab and go to the flexibility theme options. Actually, let's go to the menu section right here. Now what this section does is we'll add new pages or tabs to your front page of your WordPress website. So let's say you want to, let me show you exactly what that is. So let's go here to the top left and go look at your website. And this is what it looks like. Now, the menu section that I'm talking about is this section right here. This is where you're going to add new tabs if you want to add new pages to your WordPress website. And that, to add the new tabs or change up the tabs, what you'll do is go back into your back office, click on the menu section, and we are going to create a menu. So click on that on the right side. So click on create menu, and let's say you may want to make a tab that is for example, let's say you want a section about yourself. So we'll just do about me. Okay, once you have that done, click the enter button after you type in what you're, and what that has done is added a new tab to your WordPress website. So let's go check to see if it has changed it. And it has not. So let's go back. I'm just showing you generally how to do